What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So last week Thursday, I got a phone call from my friend in Abuja telling me that, hey, Adeola, hey, that was my friend on phone. You guys know I don't talk like that. She was like, Adeola, see me, see trouble. Hey, can you believe this bush woman? No wonder Wale Soyinka blasted her. How can an educated person block traffic unannounced? And I said, Kemi, calm down. What is going on? Take it easy. She was like, I will not take it easy. Who gave her the right to shut down a whole city? The Federal Capital Territory because of some stupid rally. She was never elected, neither was she selected or appointed or designated. Why is she acting like she is the president? And then I realized that my friend was talking about Mrs. First Lady, you know, our Honorable Permanent Secretary, Dr. Patience Faka Jonathan. Yes, so apparently Madam organized a mass rally, you know, with thousands of women from various states of Nigeria showing their solidarity towards her husband and herself. You guys know that they're getting ready for the 2015 elections, Yes, so that Nigerians will once again cast their votes for Mr. Jonathan and then be stuck with him till 2019. Yes, so, oh my God, each time I think about that, you know, being stuck with good luck Jonathan till 2019, I suddenly feel dizzy, you know. Think I'm okay. So this madam shut down Abuja because of this yeye rally. I mean, rent a crowd rally, or what do you call it when you have to pay people for them to come and talk about how much they love your administration? All I know is that my friend was stuck in traffic for 3 hours on a normal working day without any prior notice. She had to park her car by the roadside and walk for miles, you know, like everybody else, in her cocoa car. I mean, in her heels. All because madam is campaigning for 2015. And if you ask this man, Mr. President, he will tell you he still doesn't know if he will contest in 2015. In fact, last week, his spokesperson, Ruben Abati, was on Sahara TV telling everybody that Jonathan is not distracted by the thought of running in 2015. That right now, he's just focused on the transformation agenda. What does that mean exactly? Because they say that thing every time. They're always telling us that thing, transformation agenda. I don't know what it means. What are they transforming? And do these people think that we are stupid? Like, seriously? First of all, where were all these women? And when one senator was saying that it's okay for young girls to be married off, where were they? Even Madam Patience, that calls herself the mother of the nation, you know, she still did not say anything about underage marriage in Nigeria. I can't even believe that any responsible husband would allow his wife to participate in such a shameful act. All because of money, money that will finish. I wish I know how much of our money they paid these shameless women. Even our soldiers and policemen joined in this political jamboree, parading at the venue of the event with military helicopters hovering over the venue. Can you believe? How are we sure that they won't use them to rig the coming election if they're already supporting her rally? And guess who stood in the middle of everything, waving at everybody as they passed by? Yes, now, Madam Patience. By the way, she wasn't doing like this, so no. Take down that picture. I didn't mention any name. No, yes, she wasn't doing like this. She was more like, Mama Ngozi, now your face be that. This your guy fine, oh, he fine pass. Mock will talk after the rally. And I will be that. Not be me call this one for this place. What do they do here? That one our chairman. Mr. Chairman, how you doing now? So yes, that was how she was waving. I mean, something like that. So yes, Mr. President was not even there, although I'm very sure that he knows about it, although I doubt if he could really tell her not to, which makes me wonder who's really ruling this country. Is it Jonathan or this woman? So this is just what I call the celebration of an incompetent government, a government that has failed the people. They can't even upgrade our standard of education or stop Boko Haram or provide jobs for 70% of our graduates. 70%! I'm sure that they use generator to power that event, you know. All these women, their kids have been sitting at home for the past 2 months because lecturers in government-owned universities are on strike, except few schools like University of Ilorin. And it's all because this government has refused to pay the salaries, the allowances, and develop infrastructures at these schools. Common libraries, they can upgrade. Just imagine, something that they've promised to do since 2009. They are saying that there is no money, yet they pay out 3 trillion naira as subsidy for oil thieves. oil marketers. They say there is no money, yet the president spends 10 billion naira every year just to maintain his 10 private jets. They say that there is no money, and Mr. President allocated 1 billion naira as food budget for himself. And they say that there is no money, yet the first lady wanted to build a 4 billion naira center for African first ladies. They keep saying that there is no money. That doesn't stop our senators from being the highest paid senators in the whole world. By the way, I heard that Nigerian senators are paid about 500,000 naira every day. And lastly, they said that there is no money, but Madam is still organizing a rally with thousands of women. Do you guys think that these women went there just for free? No. They got paid. Taxpayers' money. Your money. Yes, this is one of the places that your money is going through. You know, I was really disappointed when I saw all these celebrities campaigning for Jonathan at that event. You know, I saw Yinka Ayefele. Just imagine. And this guy, what is his name? Your waist, Inyanya, thank you. Can you imagine? Was he singing Your Waist for Madam Patience? This guy, you know they shame. You want Madam Patience to shake her waist? You are looking for trouble. Musicians of nowadays, they are not afraid. And Yinka Ayefele, you guys know that he attended her Thanksgiving service as well. Can you imagine what money would make some people do? Even celebrities. And I like Yinka Ayefele's song. I'm really disappointed. No wonder Obasanjo said that we are all jinx. You know what that means, right? As in to be unfortunate, to be unlucky. So yes, we are very unlucky to have good luck as our president, you know. He said that we are all jinxed and cursed because we've not been able to find one tangible leader. For the past 53 years of independence, Nigeria cannot boast of one leader. Can you imagine? And then he said that we should all just go to hell, which I disagree with. Because I don't think that any Nigerian should go to hell. Because we're already living in hell. Yeah. But the best thing Obasanjo said that day was that he himself has his own shortcomings. I was like, thank God. Among other things, this man tried to impose a do or die politics on us. Start time by fire by force. He has his own shortcomings, just like he said. He's still part of them when it comes to corruption and all yada. But you know, I just want to talk to Madam Patience Jonathan in case she's watching. Hey, Madam Patience, you do well, you do well. Just so you know, you can dance from Abuja to Lagos, back to Bayelsa and Otuoke. You can dance anywhere you want to dance to, you know, do all your rallies. But keep in mind, Nigerians are not stupid. No, we're not. And you know what? I'm watching you. Yes, and God is also watching you on Plasma TV. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Equatorial Guinea, the son of Mr. President Theodorine Obiang, he's back in the news. This time, the guy is trying to keep late Michael Jackson's gem-encrusted glove. He already paid $500,000 for the glove as well as 7 statues of Michael Jackson. You know that not only is he the president's son, but he's also a vice president. Yes, you know that his country has 2 vice presidents. This guy is a typical example of how African leaders and their families launder their country's wealth while the rest of the people suffer. You know that Equatorial Guinea produces crude oil, and his father, yes, who has been the president for the past 34 years, he has personalized all the oil wealth so that his family launders the money anyhow, while about 70% of his people live in poverty. By the way, he's presently the longest serving African president. 34 years, yes, even more than Mugabe. I don't know if you guys remember, but in 2011, France seized 11 cars owned by the son. Yes, this guy, Colin. Do you have better pictures of him? Because it pisses me off when I see a 42-year-old man with perm in his hair. Seriously, it certainly doesn't make him look handsome if that is what he's trying to do. I think it looks weird. Yes, thank you. So as I was saying, we're talking about cars worth more than £5 million. Some of these cars are more than $500,000 each. Yes, Rolls Royces, Porsche, Bugattis, a Ferrari, and so on and so forth. All of them owned by one man, just one man. Oh. They also seized his Paris mansion. Yes, he had the mansion in Paris worth $180 million. You know, the building has 101 bedrooms, a Turkish bath, a hair salon, 2 gym clubs, a nightclub, and a movie theater right inside his mansion. Did I mention that he had a clock worth $3.7 million? 3.7. So you know, each time you're checking the time, you're actually looking at $3.7 million. Yes, it's 9 o'clock on the $1 million clock. But not only that, he also had a $38 million private jet and a $30 million mansion in Malibu, California, here in the US. Now, why exactly he needs the glove is what I still don't understand. Like, seriously, you would pay about $500,000 for some glove and statues of Michael when more than 70% of your citizens live in poverty? Sometimes I don't understand us Africans. We have a problem. It's a very deep one. A psychological, physiological, mentological, catastrophic dilemma. Seriously, yes. You guys know that the population of his country is not up to 1 million. And God is so good to you that you are able to produce 400,000 barrels of oil per day, which means nobody in your country should live in poverty. How many are there? Like 700 and something thousand people. So definitely they are making more than enough to take care of everybody in that country. But no. This man instead diverts the oil wealth into his family account. He collects more than $10 million every day, every single day from the oil companies, living large at the expense of his own people. Now he's building his own city inside his country in the middle of nowhere. He's spending billions of dollars to build a fortress with a new palace. You know, he wants to have a new palace. He wants to have his own university, his own hotels, theaters, shopping malls. You know, can you believe this man? Meanwhile, take a look at some pictures of his citizens that he doesn't like to show the world. He truly doesn't need that glove. No, he doesn't. Just imagine what the $500,000 would do for his people. But you know, having said all that, I have a problem with the US government taking him to court because of some glove. I mean, yeah, it's Michael Jackson's glove. We get it. But seriously, if the US wants to help to stop corruption in Equatorial Guinea, I don't think that going after Michael Jackson's glove is the solution. This man is laundering millions of dollars of his people's money. People are dying in Equatorial Guinea because of what he's doing, and they didn't take him to court over that. And in fact, they released the $700 million that he laundered and kept in a bank in Washington, D.C. Remember the money that was seized in 2004? By 2005, they released the money to him. Not only that, the U.S. is doing business with this government. In fact, if you take a look at this pie chart, the U.S. is the biggest buyer of oil from Equatorial Guinea as of 2010. And I know that the amount that they are buying has reduced over the years, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. But they are still importing oil from Equatorial Guinea, even this year. You guys remember the Sullivan Foundation, an American foundation that tried to hold their summit in Equatorial Guinea last year just because of all the money that this man is giving them. You know that foundation folded up, and everybody with conscience started boycotting them. So the foundation died a natural death. That is what they call karma, by the way. And you know, I've seen Condoleezza Rice taking pictures with this man, you know, as if the guy is doing something good. And why is Obama and Michelle, what's up, Michelle, how you doing? It's been a while. Yes, why are they taking pictures with this dictator and his wife? And then they went and sued the son for trying to buy Michael Jackson's glove. And I'm like, is this about fighting corruption or trying to make sure the glove doesn't end up in Africa? As far as I'm concerned, if really the US is trying to fight against all these corrupt African leaders, and each time they come here, they should just deport them back from the airport. Yes, deport them back to Africa. In fact, they shouldn't be granting them visa at all, and they should stop patronizing them. But you guys know that I don't like to talk about people. Waiting be my own. I'm just keeping it real. So I'm sure that you guys have been following what's going on in Egypt. My people, it's been so scary. I keep asking, how did we get here? The military leadership is killing people in huge numbers. You know that last week, more than 500 people were killed just in one day. In one day, come and see blood on the streets of Egypt. Honestly, no matter how well meaning a military government is, in the end, it doesn't turn out well. And they always have to kill people. They made all these promises only for them to be killing civilians. And did you guys see how those Islamist extremists are trying to turn everything into a religious war, attacking dozens of churches and homes and businesses owned by Christians? Can you imagine? You know that they even captured some nuns, parading them around like criminals. Right now, the former president, Hosni Mubarak, has been released. See, Egyptian revolution has been totally discredited just at the time that we Nigerians were waiting for our own. Kai, Egyptians, why now? No, really, that revolution was supposed to lead to democracy. Yes, we were all so hopeful and so excited for Egyptians. What happened now? Every day has been curfew. So I got an email from a Keeping It Real viewer in Egypt telling me how horrible things have been. He's actually from Nigeria. He's studying in Egypt, and his name is Nibras Mohammed. And this is what he said. Hi Adeola, I'm sorry to tell you that we Nigerians here in Egypt, we have not yet received any information from Nigerian embassy here at Cairo, nor from Mr. Goodluck Jonathan himself since the turmoil here began. Meanwhile, most of our colleagues from different countries are in touch with their embassies. That is how it was 2 years ago when Egyptians ousted Mubarak. Most countries actually sent planes to evacuate their citizens, while our Niger plane came last. Also, people had to fight before they could get in the plane. Again, when the crisis was over, Nigerian government refused to bring back people, most of which were students. Is that justice? Can you imagine Nigerian government? You see, when everybody else is trying to protect their own citizens. Very typical. Why am I not surprised? Because they've not even taken care of those that are back home. You get what I'm saying? How can you have an embassy that won't make arrangements for the safety of their citizens in that country? I wrote this guy, just to see how he's doing, and then he told me that he's safe. It's just that he had to make sure that he has food, which is not easy to get because of the curfew. So my people, we should always remember, by the way, that Nigerians are in every country you can think of. So when you hear of a disaster somewhere, just know that it could also be affecting somebody that you used to know when you were young, and not just Nigerians, but people from other African countries as well. So my Egyptian people, the whole world is watching. Seriously, that was supposed to be an opportunity to demonstrate true democracy, but killing each other will never solve your problem. It will only deepen the hatred. But what do I know? You guys know I don't know much. I'm just keeping it real. So did you guys see the video of that Nigerian teacher that could not read?
It was not officially registered. Hence, this
registered or registered?
Registered now. Correct.
Repeat that.
Okay. Make I start at
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was a primary school teacher in Edo State who has been teaching for the past 20 years. 20 years. So see, what happened was that all the teachers were being screened in that state, and unfortunately for her, she couldn't read. So the governor brought her to the parliament house. Just imagine. I mean, I personally think that the worst thing in that video was the fact that she was sitting right in front of Patrick Obayago. Did you guys notice that? The man with the biggest grammar in Nigeria, if not in the whole of Africa.
Be obscurantive or to be gymnosophist in my communication. There has been no deliberate attempt at all to obfuscate or envelop my audience in a state of ogamoga. No.
You see what I'm saying? What a tragedy to sit in front of that guy and then be telling people, make I start again. Make I start again. Are you kidding me? Anyway, it's such a shame that we would have teachers who cannot read. Someone who's been teaching for the past 20 years. I mean, I couldn't help but wonder how she passed her exams in school all the way through College of Education. We used to have a lot of international students from different African countries. People from other countries would come to study at our universities, University of Ibadan, Unilag, ABU. Remember those days now? But today, our education system is so behind. No, seriously, we're now the ones that are going to other countries to study. Our textbooks are not updated. Physics students in secondary school are still using Nelcon and Packer. Nelcon and Packer. No, I think they upgraded to Okeke. Yes, a book that was published in the 80s. Can you imagine? Why can't our professors be releasing new textbooks periodically? Because, research keeps going on and people keep discovering new theories. Don't think that I'm putting down Nigerian education system. If you have the money, you will get good education in Nigeria. There are so many international schools in Nigeria, British schools, American schools, but that is if you have the money. You get what I'm saying? Education system is starting to dilapidate in so many of these government-owned schools. I mean, how can you study broadcasting in school and graduate without ever touching a video camera? And I don't blame the schools. I blame the government that is supposed to upgrade our infrastructures, which is why many people who studied abroad, honestly, it's not that they don't want to go back home, depending on what you studied. A lot of people complain that there's no adequate equipment or resources back home for them to practice what they've studied here in America. A doctor friend of mine was recently home and she was telling me that common oxygen tank the hospital did not have. She had to buy her own everything. I mean, after a while, she came back to the US and she was like, Adeola, I cannot do this. I cannot. Do you know that the astronauts that Nigeria is planning to send into space in 2015, that is in 2 years' time, do you know that they are yet to select and start training whoever will go into space? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why are we then announcing to the world that we are sending people into space by 2015? In fact, this is something that should be incorporated in our education system. Even driving should be incorporated in our curriculum. So to be honest, many of our school facilities are nothing to write home about, which is why I do not blame this woman for not knowing how to read. No, I don't blame her. By the way, she's just the only one that we know. I'm sure that there are so many others under the radar. In fact, many of them have gotten to top positions. But you need to listen to them giving a speech.
Today, when I saw their prime minister with Ankara, and which we Ankara say, we are the same people. Culture, the same people. Even in food, we are the same. We eat the same things. So you see, the two countries are just the same people.
Come here, no, come here. You can't go anywhere. What are you trying to do? Did I send you to play that video? Are you trying to cobalize me? Before you cobalize me, I will show you Pepe. Come here, you are not going anywhere. Moving on to Central African Republic, have you guys been following the activities of the rebel group Seleka that has displaced hundreds of thousands of people? Since the coup in March that ousted President Bozize, more than 200,000 people have been internally displaced. About 60,000 others fled to neighboring countries, while so many others continue to hide in the bush. Just imagine living in the bush. Even as we speak, more than 500,000 people are not sure where they would find their next meal. And the UN is saying that there's a high risk of disease outbreak among these people. But this is not just affecting the grown-ups. Of course, you know that children suffer in war. More than 100,000 children are facing sexual abuse. Many of them are being raped. Yes, children, they rape them and then they recruit them into these armed rebel groups. Right now, everybody in the Central African Republic is afraid and the situation is getting worse by the day. Many people that are surviving, they're only surviving by looting shops, looting hospitals, and even their neighbors' houses. I mean, take a look at this video made by the Red Cross. When you see something like that, you realize whatever problem you think you have is nothing compared to what some people are going through. Now, you know what upsets me the most is the fact that there's no reason for this country to degenerate to this level. I mean, when you think of how blessed they are in terms of natural resources, this country has diamonds. They have gold, uranium, timber, oil, hydropower, and I'm like, what is our problem in Africa? What is our problem? And it's the same story with so many other African countries. We are so blessed, and yet we're the poorest continent on earth. I mean, seriously? And then it is always foreigners that have to come and save us. And my African people, when are we going to wake up? And by the way, Bozize should not come back. That president, he shouldn't come back. I don't care what France is saying. No, he shouldn't come back. You know, he was in power for too long and he was corrupt, which is the cause of all this problem. For 10 years, 10 good years. And now that the rebels took over, it is very clear that rebels are not meant to rule a country. No, they are not. A democratically elected president is what we need in the Central African Republic. So these rebels should allow election, free and fair election. So please, my people, keep the people of Central African Republic in your minds. Keep them in your prayers. They really need help right now. If you can donate, visit the Red Cross website or the UN's website and find out how you can donate or how you can help these people, especially the children. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Make sure you enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Until then, peace out.
Welcome to Forsville Luxury Hotel. At Forsville Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forsville Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forsvillehotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forsville Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.